Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the Performance Lab. Don't forget to subscribe below to the right for updates to new videos and a huge announcement coming up. Enjoy!
Everyone, this is Morey Croson from the Performance Lab in California. We're doing another great video here today. This one's going to be on helping you get through soreness as a quarterback, or trying to make sure that you're not going to get into any type of soreness, arm soreness as a quarterback. There's really three specific ways that or areas that are going to end up either being sore or causing soreness. First, and probably the most common, is going to be your inability to internally and externally rotate well in the shoulder. So if you start to lose range of motion in that internal external rotation, you're going to end up having pain maybe in the front part of the shoulder, back part of the arm, back part of the shoulder, or down into the elbow. All those things are very, very common and could definitely be a cause of not having that full range of motion within the shoulder. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to go over each one of the three areas. Then we'll go into exercises that will help you get through that soreness and help you make sure that you stay healthy. Okay, so the next one's going to be the low back. We'll go into the most common to the least common. The next one's going to be low back. There's two ways that you're going to end up having low back soreness. One, if you're coming through really far in your throw and you have to do a lot of deceleration with that low back, you're going to end up having low back tightness there. The other one's going to be if you're throwing and you're going up over top here and you don't have the ability to get into full range of motion up overhead, kind of going into internal external rotation as well, you might end up getting soreness in that movement as well, or that motion as well. Okay, and so if you have any type of soreness there, then we'll go into some exercises that will help make sure that you don't get into any more tightness. But I think one of the big things that having low back tightness shows is that the whole body is really a big part of the throw, right? So you can't just think about how strong your arm is, or how much range of motion's in your arm, or how much range of motion's in even just like your spine and your upper back. You have to think about how much range of motion you have in your entire body, because if you start to lose range of motion, you're going to end up having effects either at the shoulder, at the actual location, or elsewhere. And so you just want to make sure you keep that into awareness. I think that's one of the things that we do very differently at the Performance Lab, is we're going to look at the whole body and see where within the whole body is having the biggest impact on your overall performance, or causing the biggest risk for any type of pain or injury. Okay, and you'll see that within the exercise as well. The last one is going to be for it'll be more like scapula related. So it'll be pain kind of right behind your scapula. It could also end up having pain in the back of the arm, elbow as well. And it's just the inability to do two different things with the scapula. So right now I'm kind of centrated. So if I can't upwardly rotate and downwardly rotate well, so you can see how that's my arm going up overhead. If I lose that ability to move well in the scapula, that will be a reason for having tightness there, as well as not being able to protract and retract, right? So if I have just gotten too one-dimensional in training during the off season, maybe just doing too much bench press, too many push-ups, maybe just sticking to specific shoulder workouts. Now I don't have an overall functional shoulder, and it'll just be too one-dimensional. Won't be able to move in a lot of different planes. That will end up causing stiffness there. Or if you end up having kind of a release where you're going off to the side, kind of keeping that elbow down, that will also end up causing a stiffness within the scapula. So I also want to give a exercise that will help that out. That's not as common. A lot of times now, there's a lot of quarterbacks that have pretty good mechanics and know what they're doing with their throw. So that's a little bit better, but I think there's still people that will go into that category, more so because the training is not the right type of training. So you're going to have some knots, some balls in behind your scapula, and just not be able to move that as effectively as it can. And that's going to be the type of person that will really help out from the exercise from that. So stay tuned. We're going to really quick go over the exercises here for you to get better. We'll put them in different categories for you. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to me. My email is Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, @yourperformancelab.com. Check out our other member videos. We have a bunch of cool stuff for speed development, exercises, make it so you can get better overall technique within your throw. Also, check out our YouTube. On our YouTube, we do a bunch of cool breakdowns. We'll go more into how you want to throw a football, give a bunch of different examples from some of the best guys that are doing it, on some good things that they do, some bad things that they do, and things that you can implement into your current game. So, as always, thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. Alright, so this is going to be really for getting a little bit more internal rotation in my shoulder. So I'm going to grab a towel here, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to try to bring it up as far as I can to my opposite side scapula, and I'm going to take that towel and I'm going to really try to pull my shoulder back further into that internal rotation. As I'm doing that, I'm really trying to actually pull my humerus back and my shoulder back as I'm also getting pulled upwards. All right, so the key part of this movement is to make sure we really try to tuck the pelvis bone into the bench or whatever you're laying down in. So I'm really trying to squeeze this here, and I'm lifting up the weight, pressing up overhead. Really trying to keep my hands the same height as the shoulders throughout the movement.
We go opposite arm to opposite leg. The leg that's up, so it'll be, for me, it's my left one. We'll roll over to the side, control, come back up, keeping both legs straight the whole time. Also trying to keep your elbow to the knee the whole time. Okay, so the key thing here is we're going to start with just the dead bug. So I'm trying to keep my back nice and elongated and push against the ground. And I'm going to be pushing into the ball with both my arms and my legs. And then from here, I'm just going to extend my opposite arm and opposite leg. And I'm going to keep my spine in the same position throughout. I don't want to allow my spine to start to round now that I start going opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, so this is a good exercise to stretch out kind of the back part of your shoulder down into the outside part of the arm. So this would want to be something very stable. I put the 65-pound weight on here to make sure that the box doesn't move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start in my on two knees. I'm going to have one hand right in the middle, my closer hand to the box, and I'm going to take my outside hand and I'm going to reach across and really grab onto the box. And I'm going to pull myself away as much as I can, and I'm going to go and actually touch my ear to the ground as I'm doing that. And really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull as hard as I can with this arm to make it so I'm really stretching out that right arm as much as I can, touching my right ear to the ground and just really feeling that stretch all in the back of my shoulder. All right, so key thing here is we're going to keep our elbows straight. We're just trying to work on scapular retraction. So we want to just be able to bring that scapula together and not bend the elbows. So moving, or the shoulder blade. Watching this video, I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.